Please welcome Stanford University professor, former Secretary of State, and 2008 Glamour Woman of the Year, Dr. Condoleezza Rice.
Thank you, everyone, and good evening to our wonderful young women who've just been honored, and to our wonderful young women up in the rafters up there. Hello. It's my great honor to welcome you to Carnegie Hall. It is my great honor tonight to celebrate with you the impact of what one woman can do and have on the world. Well, what about three women in one family? A mother and her twin daughters. I'm speaking of Laura Bush, Barbara Bush, and Jenna Bush Hager. Laura and I have had the pleasure of riding in limos together and attending more than a few state dinners. But we've also visited Liberia when there was little electricity and minimal running water. We've wept together for the unjustifiable acts of terrorism against the people of the United States. And we've seen the gratitude of AIDS orphans for the compassion of America. At the same time, I've had the pleasure of watching Barbara and Jenna evolve from curious teenage girls to forceful, empowered women like their mother. Over the years, as Barbara has gone on to found the Global Health Corps, and as Jenna has reported on some of the world's most compelling stories and worked with UNICEF to fight AIDS, I've been able to see a reflection of their mother in them. Her strength and her character, but also her grace and her compassion. It is a privilege to know this family, not just in the work that we've done together, but as a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce the winners of the Generations Award, the incomparable former First Lady Laura Bush and her daughters, Barbara Bush and Jenna Bush Hager, all Glamour Women of the Year.
Ads, porno video. Ads. In the daylight, I pass all scrutiny. When the night falls, there is a change in me. For every locked door, there is a secret key. And in every dark room, there is a light to see. Turn it on, flip the switch. She's not a person, she's just a bitch. And the only joy that comes to me is in the perfect execution of my cruelty. Let me tell you what I see when she's stretched out naked in front of me. I see who I am, and I'm afraid because she's not a man. Not a man. Not a man. It's a beast, not a man.
Physician, Ron Paul, so you're a doctor, you know something about this subject. Let me ask you this hypothetical question. A healthy 30-year-old young man has a good job, makes a good living, but decides, you know what, I'm not going to spend $200 or $300 a month for health insurance because I'm healthy, I don't need it. But you know, something terrible happens, all of a sudden he needs it. Who's going to pay for if he goes into a coma, for example? Who pays for that?
In a society that you accept welfareism and socialism, he expects the government to take care of it.
What do you want?
But what he should do is whatever he wants to do and assume responsibility for himself. My advice to him would have a major medical policy, but not before.
But he doesn't have that. He doesn't have it, and he needs intensive care for 6 months. Who pays?
That's what freedom is all about, taking your own risks. This whole idea that you have to prepare and take care of everybody.
But Congressman, Are you saying the society should just let him die?
No. I practiced medicine before we had Medicaid in the early 1960s when I got out of medical school. I practiced at Santa Rosa Hospital in San Antonio, and the churches took care of him. We never turned anybody away from the hospital.